Welcome back to South Coast Sports, everybody. Matt Lins, Ken Mattice here with you. It's the girls' turn tonight. The Wareham Lady Vikings are going to host the Westport Wildcats. And Kenny, this is going to be one of the most important games for the girls so far on this schedule.
Yeah, looking at it quickly, before we got on air here, 9-3 is the Vikings, 10-1, so they're probably mathematically, a game and a half away from the Wildcats, the Vikings are. So, yeah, it should be a good matchup. It's been a while, so I'm eager to see what's going to happen here in a few minutes.
So the Vikings you mentioned are at 9-3. 11 is the magic number to qualify for the postseason. So the Vikings have to win a minimum of 2 games over the next 9 games. So I think odds are pretty good, especially the way the girls have played this year. They're also going to be looking to avenge their loss when they played Westport a couple of weeks ago in Westport. They came up short in that game, so I'm sure they're going to look to make a strong impression on their home court tonight. We'll be back with the tip-off in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Wareham High School's J. Montague Gymnasium for tonight's varsity basketball game between the Westport Wildcats and your Wareham Vikings. On behalf of the administration, staff, and students of Wareham High School, we welcome Westport High School to this contest. This competition is conducted in accordance with the rules and regulations of the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association. The game officials are responsible for administering the rules of the game. Their experience and integrity qualify them for this important responsibility. Athletes and fans are expected to demonstrate good sportsmanship to everyone here. Negative behavior will not be tolerated and will result in expulsion from this gymnasium. The officials for tonight's game are Stephen Dowling and Andre King. The Wildcats' record is 3-0 in the league and 10-1 overall. The Vikings' record is 1-1 in the league and 9-3 overall. West Point's head coach is Jen Gargilio, and she is assisted by Nikita Soares. Starting for the Wildcats, at guard, junior, number 1, Julia George. At guard, senior, number 3, Corinne Holden. At center, senior, number 15, Megan Malloy. At center, junior, number 21, Jenna Egby. At forward, senior, number 30, Sarah Perry. Wareham's head coach is Mike Fortune, and he is assisted by Kendall Baptiste, Shane King, and Brianna Tavares. Starting for the Vikings. At guard, 8th grader, number 1, Jordan Elwood. At forward, sophomore, number 10, Mercedes Perry. At guard, sophomore, number 14, Johnny Tompkins. At forward, senior, number 25, Rihanna Phillips. At forward, senior, number 4, the captain, Kiera Pierre. A reminder that food and drink are not allowed in the gymnasium, and we ask that you do not walk in front of the players' benches. At this time, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Come on. Welcome back to South Coast Sports, everyone. Matt Lins, Ken Mattice here with you at Wareham High School as the Vikings tip off against the Westport Wildcats. And Kenny, we talked about it in the opening. This is a very important game for the girls.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they got to jump on these Wildcats early and see what happens and go from there.
Westport's already starting with some deep three-point attempts. Vikings come up with a defensive rebound. Vikings need to get at least 2 wins in the next 9 games to qualify for the postseason. They're sitting at 9-3. 11 is the magic number.
Definitely have a good chance to, get those 2 wins in the next at least 3-4 games, let's say. Looking ahead at their schedule here.
Westport here is going to be a serious challenge for them. They're 10-1, one of the top teams in their division.
Pretty evenly matchup here, Matt, between both these Wildcats and the Vikings here.
It's going to go out of bounds off the Wildcats in favor of the Vikings. Wareham's going to be looking to avenge the loss to Westport a couple of weeks ago in Westport. I think they lost that game by about 10, 15 points, so they're going to be looking to get that win back and want to make a good showing on their home floor as Mercedes Perry keeps it in bounds. Kept her balance along the line. Nice job. And that's going to be stolen away by the Vikings. Impressive by the 8th grader, Jordan Elwood. Feeds Perry, who banks it in off the glass. Mercedes Perry. Oops, I turned down the wrong thing. Mercedes Perry. I turned down the wrong thing.
Good start here by the Vikings. Minute and a half into the game here, being up 2-0.
We were watching the JV game before this. That was a low-scoring affair.
That was.
Corinne Holden. That was a deep 2.
It was.
That could have been a 3, but she was not fully beyond the arc. So it's a tie game here. Westport, nice. Stripped away, but got it back. Good rebounding by the Wildcats.
Now she sinks to 3.
Corinne Holden for 3. That time it's a 3. And now Westport leads 5-2. Brianna Phillips under the basket. Didn't quite have the arc on it. Nice steal by Elwood.
Early on, she's been all over the court so far. Give credit to Jordan Elwood there of Wareham. Good hustle.
She's like a bloodhound. She's sniffing out the ball.
That's what point guards are usually for, right? They just want to ball attack.
They double teamed her.
Yep.
Did you see that? They came in and double teamed her and cut it off. The captain, Kira Pierre, fighting for the ball now. Some good ball movement. It's a 3-on-2 down near the basket. That's a 2, and that's off the mark. Short. There's going to be a foul.
Basket count or no basket?
I haven't seen a signal yet. There may have been an offensive foul there.
Yeah. It's on Jenna Egby there of the Wildcats. Maybe an offensive foul there.
That might be a warning. I thought I heard somebody say you got to watch your mouth. So I don't know if she was saying something, but no basket. It's
she wasn't too thrilled there, Matt.
No, and I saw the referee call her over to talk to her. So had to be something away from the ball and on the floor.
Got to show a little more respect to the refs here, guys.
For the most part, that's what we've seen all year. I mean, both, home and away, whoever comes in, who the Vikings have played, they've always been well-balanced, well-tempered.
Yeah, true.
Everybody's kept their cool. Fouls are part of the game, but we haven't seen really any technicals.
Good ball movement here by the Wildcats here.
They've controlled the possession here. Rihanna takes it away.
Nice.
Phillips able to get the loose ball, but it's taken back. Tompkins is going to track it down.
I feel like Wareham has a two-headed monster between Tompkins and Elwood there for point guard and shooting guard, though.
It does seem like Westport is controlling time of possession right now, though. It seems like they've spent a lot more time down at the Wildcat end of the court than they have at the Vikings offensive. And that is Holden again.
Second 3 of the game.
Corinne Holden. That was a 2. It was 5-2. It's 7-2. But
that was a long 2.
All 7 points belong to her.
I got to correct that here.
Westport foul on Corinne Holden, her first, team second. So, yeah, they definitely called a foul on an offensive foul on Egby. That was the first team foul. So she's got 1 personal. Pierre inbounds to Tompkins.
Good crossover there by Tompkins, though.
Yeah, Westport's aggressive. Elwood.
Oh,
good shot. She found her lane and drove to the basket to put it up. She's kind of forced back now. Phillips was getting double teamed.
Yeah. Good way to draw the foul, though, down low.
She's going to find herself at the line, so that's helpful. Westport foul on Julia George, her first, team third. Brianna Phillips at the line, shooting 2. First one's a little short. Free throws are going to be important in this game. This is kind of a low-scoring affair like the JV game was. One of these teams, they both have the potential to explode offensively at some point. So you want to keep it close. Second one rattles around and falls in. So now it's 7-3, Westport on top. 3:42 to go in the first.
We'll give a lot of credit, Matt, here. I know we haven't seen many girls' games this year. We've been, doing a lot of boys' games. But Coach Fortune and his crew, it seems like he's got his girls in order here. Being 9-3.
This is a major turnaround from where they were a year ago.
Yeah, I wasn't here last year, but from what I hear, yeah, that's a good, sign and news. Yeah.
That one went out of bounds off of Tompkins as Westport kind of threw it at her feet. I'm not sure whether they were attempting to pass. I think they were trying to pass it, honestly. Like, it looked like a pass attempt. Didn't look, because, sometimes the players will try to bank it off the opposing team to,
just to
get a reset like that. But I don't think that's what happened there. So a count for Holden, and she's wide open right now on the far side of the court, or our near side. That's up and over. Pierre comes down with a rebound.
You go up tempo there. There you go. Oh, definitely
got the foul though. Westport foul on Sarah Perry, her first, team fourth. Timeout, Wildcats. Westport called the timeout after the foul before Lexi could take her shots. So she's at the line now with 2 shots.
Okay, Lexi.
A little short, but it had a good line. That actually looked really good to me when she let it go.
Definitely don't want to miss these, even though.
There you go. She found her angle.
Yeah.
Wareham shooting 50% from the free throw line. 2 for 4. Nice steal. Elwood intercepted that pass. Kicks it over to Tompkins. Tompkins banks it in.
Good
Johnny
play.
Tompkins.
Wareham's right back in this game.
And now they're swarming them. Look at that swarming defense. Double teams. They got to reach in there. They would double team and Holden. No, it's an offensive foul.
So Gomes with the foul.
Oh, they changed it.
Yeah.
He said black initially, but you just said white.
Westport's coach is right on that, Matt.
It's on Lexi. He called it on Lexi.
Yeah, yep. Out of bounds.
That's only the first foul for the Vikings. Long three is going to be short. Holden tracks it down.
Good pass down low.
Yeah. Skylar Resendez. Westport takes it away. Holden driving the baseline, now has to step back. Oh, man.
Nice three-pointer.
That's a three. Corinne Holden for three.
I want to say best player on, on both sides of the ball would have to be Holden right now.
Jump ball. That's going to go to Wareham. Possession arrow favoring the Vikings. And I can see it looks like the Vikings are trying to protect that inside and push Wareham shooters back to the perimeter, but the risk with that, especially with somebody like Holden on the floor, is that's going to create a lot of three-point opportunities for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you definitely can't leave Holden wide open, and there she goes again.
Corinne Holden. Ooh, Tompkins went up for it, got a tip, got a piece of it.
As it stands now with 1:26 left, Matt, I believe she has 12 of her team's 14 points.
Yeah.
That is pretty impressive there for the Wildcats so far.
So you might want to double team her.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Know where she is at all times. But then that's the risk, is you're going to leave somebody else open.
It's true. Definitely got a rebound. Whoa. Good effort by Elmwood. Sorry. Yeah,
Jump ball, Westport ball. I think it was Malloy she was tangled up with. She was kind of going for a ride there as Malloy tried to rip the ball away. I've been impressed with Elwood so far tonight. She's showing some very good heads-up play early in this game.
She's all over the court so far.
Yeah. And the Wildcats are really struggling from the field, which is creating – that's an opening that Wareham needs to take advantage of. Like you mentioned, Holden is the only one really finding any sort of consistency scoring-wise.
Yeah. On both ends between Wareham and Westport here, yeah. Definitely the star of the first quarter for sure.
Elwood needs some help. She gives it up to Perry.
Oh.
Perry does a good job, keeps control. Tompkins helps her out.
Good no-look pass there by Tompkins.
Now Glover. Oh! Tough lay-in. Couldn't get it to fall. I feel bad for Carly. She hasn't really seemed to, at least in the two games I've seen, I've only seen two games. She seems to be having trouble finding the basket. She's making good shots, good efforts. So I just hope some of those shots start to fall for her.
Especially being at this age, Matt, obviously you want to try to make as many baskets as you can.
30 seconds left in the first quarter. Wareham down 14-6. Westport on top.
Looks like Tompkins is getting a break here before the end of the first.
Well, she's been in since the start.
Yeah.
She needs it. Rehydrate, catch your breath. Elwood, nice little floating jumper.
Oh, good save.
Now they got to get back on defense, though.
Turnover.
This has been a up-tempo game that's going to test your endurance. That seems to be their other go-to play, is finding Resendez under the basket. She's been under there a few times. I've seen her try to put it up. She's going to get fouled that time.
It's been between Holden and Resendez.
Against Phillips. Wareham foul on Rihanna Phillips, her first, team second. Skylar Resendez at the line shooting two.
She completes her first one there.
Got both.
Yep.
She's got a little unique dribbling cadence before she shoots.
I did notice that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
ran out of
the
time.
end of the first quarter. Wareham trails by 10, 16-6. Part of the second quarter here in Wareham. Westport on top, 16-6.
So
Westport coach Jen Gargilio definitely has her team ready to go, ready to play.
it's funny you brought up Skylar and Corinne there, Matt, last quarter. They had their team's points between two women. Looking at the stats here I have, so. You had Holden with 12 and then Resendiz with 4, so. Nice little duo they have.
And I don't think, no, she is. I was going to say, I don't think Holden's on the floor right now, but she is, so look out. No, I was afraid that she was going to track Elwood down from behind. Gomes came out to try to set the screen. Pierre takes the pass. Perry, mid-range.
Nice.
She got it. Mercedes Perry. Under the basket again, and that one goes out. Nice block by the Vikings.
I'd like to see them come back in this game, Matt. It's only an 8-point lead for Westport here over Wareham, so they're still in this game.
Long three off the rim. And you pointed out there's only 2 people that are responsible for those 16 points.
Yeah.
So if you can figure out a way to take them out of the equation, you're going to force the other Wildcats to step up.
Yeah, the ball movement needs to get distributed, you know, besides the 2.
Well, and I heard the coach say to balance the floor. I'm sure she was talking about, but whoa!
Oh, collision though. Yep.
Westport foul on Corinne Holden, her second, team first. That was a loose ball. I mean, they were both going for it, but the referee is saying she pushed her, so I'm guessing there might have been some arm extension there from Holden. Oh.
She needed help down there.
She did, and I mean, Elwood was trying to get that pass away, and one of the Wildcats got a piece of it. And then they put the pressure on Lexi. That's a good block by Pierre. Better it goes out of bounds than back to the other team than in the basket.
Yeah, that's true. I'll take out of bounds right now. Being down by 8.
One of those is going to fall for Julia George. She's been trying them all night.
Oh, great steal.
Nice takeaway. Elwood.
Yep.
Oh, the floor came up and got her.
Yeah.
I saw that. She was trying to make that cut, and the board came up and just grabbed her. That's seriously though, that can be scary because that's where you can tear a ligament.
Yeah. You can have
sustain a pretty bad non-contact injury when you're expecting to move and you don't.
And this is a sport that you might see that happen in, unfortunately.
Yeah. There's Resendiz again. It goes into the hands of Johnny Tompkins. Johnny's going to take it herself coast to coast, but can't get it to fall. Perry's on the floor.
Yeah.
Perry's hurt. They need to stop. There we go. I'm going to say there was an odd 5-on-4 down there because Perry's on the floor hurting.
Maybe a cramp.
Or she could have twisted her ankle maybe. It looked like she was holding her ankle. But, I mean, she was down on the floor for a good couple seconds. Like, I don't understand why they let the play go.
Yeah, no, you're right. She tried getting up and going, but it wasn't working.
Yeah. Tompkins stayed back to check on her, but had to hustle down the other end of the court to help her teammates out. So we'll help Perry up.
Great to see her, her up there.
She's limping a little bit, though. We have to help her off the court. Walking very gingerly on that left leg and ankle. That's what they were looking at.
I didn't see it, Matt. Was she by herself, or was it after the missed
either.
layup?
I'm wondering if it just turned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rihanna Phillips.
Hopefully with some ice and some rest, she'll be able to get back into the game.
Even if it's in the second half.
Yeah, yeah.
Sit out the 5 minutes or so.
Long three. Over the basket this time. Elwood trying to track down the loose ball. Runs into Holden. And it went off of Holden. So referee says Wareham's ball.
If Elwood sticks and decides to go to, school here next year because she's an 8th grader, they got a point guard for the next 4 years here.
This is a very young team, and you do have a lot of potential between Tompkins
and Elwood. Yep.
Lexi Gomes is in 8th grade. She's shown a lot of promise. A lot of young players on this team that could be here for 4 or 5 years. Hernandez is a freshman.
You got a good foundation starting so far. And, a first-year head coach that has taken his girls to the next level. That's kudos to him as well.
Yeah, you're going to lose Pierre, Glover, and Phillips in June when they graduate.
But you already have a foundation, though.
You do. And I think that was something they didn't have last year. We actually have a girls' JV team this year.
Yep. Yeah,
we saw a couple of them check in the last game.
Oh, good
That's
move.
Lexi.
Foul.
She got fouled. Westport foul on Tess Sylvia, her first, team second. Lexi Gomes at the line shooting 2. Gomes is going to find herself at the free throw line with a pair. First one misses long.
Very key at the line, Matt, to make them.
Yes. We're already starting to see that come into play here. On both ends, by the way.
Both teams.
Tompkins is going to get the offensive rebound. Phillips tries to put it up and in, can't get it to go. Holden's played the entire game so far.
Yeah.
She's open on the near side. And did they get Elwood? Yeah, they did. Wareham foul on Jordan Elwood, her first, team second. Sarah Perry at the line shooting 2. That, I think, is the first point of the quarter.
Yeah.
As we approach the midway point of the second quarter. There's been no scoring thus far.
3.5 minutes into the second quarter here so far?
More than that. So Perry knocks down a pair of free throws. That's going to build the lead back up to 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Wareham scored a basket. Wasn't it 18-6?
Yes.
At the end of the first? All right.
16-6, correct.
16-6, okay. So again, a low-scoring affair as Phillips able to knock it in. Rihanna Phillips.
Still close, though, and
it is.
Back to an 8-point lead by Westport here, so Wareham just has to regroup and just score some buckets.
Left open again. Holden off the mark. But a rebound by Westport. And Pierre gets the defensive board. Games like this can be a grind. Pierre puts up a jumper off the basket, and somebody got hit in the incidental contact, but still.
I think it was Elwood by accident. Perry's shaking up there.
Well, she got hit in the mouth. The nose-mouth area, I'm
surprised the ref didn't call a foul, but I know it was incidental. She's a trooper. She's going to stay out there.
Rihanna's coming to the bench again as Glover checks back into the game.
I want to point out, has Elwood not sat the bench yet as well? I feel like she's been out there the whole game too.
Yes, I think you're right. I think you're right. That was a good job double teaming Holden that time. They're at least going to make her contest those shots.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Good rebound by Tompkins. Oh, nice pass.
Way up ahead to Pierre. Oh, nice clean defense by the Wildcats, forcing an errant throw. Elwood. That was looking good, but a little off the mark, a little high on the arch.
I love their second, third chance opportunities.
Yeah.
You just got to capitalize, though. Yeah.
Malloy draws the foul. Ooh, that's her third. Wareham foul on Lexi Gomes, her third, team third.
Got to be careful.
Megan Malloy at the line shooting 2. Yeah, that's not good. We're not even halftime yet, and she's only got 2 more before she's disqualified. So Lexi's actually going to come out of the game now. Wonder if they'll set her for the rest of the half. Just to keep her out of trouble, you know.
Looking down at the bench, man, I don't think I see Mercedes Perry, so she might have went back to the locker room to get more further evaluation. So, yeah, nowhere to be found.
Glover handles the pass from Elwood. Long across the court, looking for
pass.
Pierre, and George knocked it away. Glover soars over the basket. Nice job by Phillips to get it back in bounds. Tompkins and Perry were contesting for the loose ball, and it went Westport's way. Off the inside of the rim.
Good rebound by Wareham there. And Glover.
Oh, look out. Yeah, it looks like Westport knows who Wareham shooters are, too.
Yeah, playing tight defense on Elmore.
They're all over Elwood. They're all over Johnny.
Yep.
Really getting in their face. Not going to make any shot easy for the Vikings.
It's a good matchup, Holden and Tompkins
Ooh.
there.
Ooh, that's going to be an offensive foul.
Yeah.
That's a charge.
Might have sold that from Westport, but.
Wareham foul on Johnny Tompkins, her first, team 4th. So now the Vikings are in foul trouble because one more is going to send Westport to the line no matter what. Coming up on a minute and a half to play in the first half. Wareham still down by 8. Trails Westport 10-18. And that'll be an offensive turnover for the Wildcats. Glover. She's having to put a little air under those shots, and I think that's part of what's affecting her.
She's around the rim in the hoop, but some of them just been a little bit off. But one of them's going to sink in sooner than later.
She's got to get herself a little separation, and then she can not have to worry about lofting it over the defender, and it'll be an easier shot. They call a foul on Phillips. Wareham foul on Rihanna Phillips, her second, team fifth. Sarah Perry at the line, shooting 2. Vikings are at the limit now. Sorry, Ken.
Yeah, no, I apologize. Just want to allude to everybody. Mercedes Perry's is she's getting her ankle iced on the bench there, so it's good to see that she's resting and icing there. She made one.
Perry's been solid at the free throw line tonight. And she's helped give her team a 10-point lead. It's 20-10. Westport on top. 45 seconds to go in the second quarter. Oh.
No foul there?
No, because she wasn't contacted. But I think she may have bumped her head on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But that looked again like a case where she was just trying to get her feet moving, and they just stuck to the floor. I don't know if she's maybe got to wipe down her sneakers or what, but you know, she's getting too much friction there. As long as she didn't hit her head, I mean, that's the big thing. I mean, sometimes you get contacted on a play and you know you're going to the floor.
Yep.
And the floor is hard enough then. I mean, hurts even more when you're not expecting it. Nice.
True.
Block and steal by Corinne Holden. Off a Glover, rolls around the rim, but falls back harmlessly. That one's in.
Perry.
And Resendiz and Perry sort of bumped into each other. That's going to be the end of the first half. At halftime, Westport on top, 24-10. We'll be back with the second half after this. Back at Wareham High School on South Coast Sports for the second half of tonight's game between the Westport Wildcats and the Wareham Vikings. Tough first half, Kenny, for both teams. Westport's got themselves a 14-point lead as we open up the third quarter.
Yeah, did the little stats during halftime. Holden had 14, Resendiz had 4, and Perry 6 for Westport scoring there. And then not too much on our end for showing
Westport
for
kept
Wareham.
it alive, but Jordan Elwood able to come down with it, but her layup attempt's going to go off the bottom of the backboard.
I'm just looking at Westport's approach, and it's just been game on since the beginning.
Very much.
Here. Wareham has to be more aggressive and get shots down and just complete their finishes. That's all I have to do here to get back into this game, because it's only 14 points. It's not a 20, 30-point lead here for Westport.
Pierre standing there with the ball a little too long. They were forced her into a bad pass. She was looking for Phillips. That one's off the back of the rim. Egby checked back in the game.
Haven't seen her.
That's not. Oh, no, it was on Johnny. I thought they were going to call it on Lexi. Wareham foul on Johnny Tompkins, her second, team first. Jenna Egby at the line, shooting 2.
I feel like we haven't seen Egby since like the first.
We haven't. Not since the referee gave her a warning. They called 14. I thought I saw the referee put up a 5, so I was worried. I thought that was going to be Gomes' 4th. Second one goes in and out of the basket and ends up in the hands of Pierre. Wareham's got to believe in themselves. Don't let the doubt enter your mind. Nice Glover got her own rebound, gave it up to Tompkins, but that one rattled around the rim and fell out. They won't give up, I know that.
No, for sure. And you could see that too. They're trying. That's all you can do.
That was one of their traits last year that I was really proud of. They showed improvement over the year, and every game they played, they never gave up. Julia George for 3. Pierre puts one in. She answers that with a 3-pointer of her own, and Wareham's going to call a timeout. Kira Pierre for 3. Timeout, Vikings.
I think that was a 2 by George, because they got a free throw.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
I just remember it was 24, and you're right, they did get a free throw.
Yeah.
So I just remember it was 24.
I'm not trying to correct you.
No, by all means. Kenny corrected me during the timeout there that Julia George made a deep 2-point basket. I forgot about Egby's free throw.
No worries, Matt.
Whoa! Rihanna did a good job getting in the way.
She got off the person she was covering, and she shifted over right to Perry, though.
Yes.
I don't know if they were playing man there, or it was just like a quick
well,
fast
you had
break
Egby
there.
who was matching step with her and using her height. Good block by Phillips.
Absolutely. That's how you disrupt them down low there, below the
Yes, she did a very good job with that. Carly's going to step up.
Oh.
Egby, again, you see the height come into play as Carly was going up. She just poked that ball out from behind. Now Elwood's down.
Might have banged her nose on the floor there. Yeah, she's going to the nose.
And she was fouled, though. Westport foul on Tess Sylvia, her second, team second. She's played the whole game so far.
Yeah, she has.
Like, she has been on the floor the entire time.
She has. Now you're going to have Lexi Gomes come shoot the free throws for her.
Lexi Gomes at the line shooting 2.
I don't think Elwood wants to be out, honestly.
No, but they need to look at her. Anytime
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
any injury to the face or head area, they're going to have to check her. Make sure she's okay. You don't want to mess around with the head and the neck.
Especially at this age, too.
No.
Got your whole life ahead of you.
All right, Lexi got both of them.
All right.
Gomes cuts the deficit to 12. It's 27-15 in favor of the Wildcats. Pierre with a nice takeaway. Bounce pass to Glover. There she goes.
There we go.
Carly Glover.
That's
what we needed.
Mentioning, Matt, that she's going to get a basket sooner or
Yeah.
later, and there it is.
She found a nice little mid-range soft shot. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, jeez. Is that her fourth?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Wareham foul on Lexi Gomes, her 4th, team 2nd. We are going to see Jalen Rue for the first time tonight as they need to take Gomes out. Because I had a feeling that if she stayed in, they were going to be working her to try to draw that last foul.
Yep.
Tompkins gets the defensive rebound. Pierre's calling for it. Nice no-look pass from Tompkins.
Nice.
Pierre got it.
Nice
And the
bucket.
foul. Kira Pierre.
That was a swish. That went right in.
Westport foul on Julia George, her 2nd, team 3rd. Timeout. Vikings starting to claw their way back into this game. They forced Westport to take a timeout. They're only trailing by 8 at this point.
Yeah, so far 9 of 3 in this quarter in favor of Wareham.
Kira Pierre at the line, shooting 1. They were down by 14 at the half, and now Pierre can cut it to 7.
Yep.
And she does.
Impressive start to the 30th for the Vikings.
Yes.
It's what they needed to claw back here.
Elwood's back in the game. That's good. She was fighting for that ball. But good job by Perry, able to keep control of it on the dribble. Perry underneath, working against Phillips, and she muscles it in. Sarah Perry. Pierre cross court to Tompkins. Pierre calling for it back. Takes it on the handoff, almost lost it. Tompkins driving the baseline, puts up a short shot, but she got a piece of that pass. Good defense by Glover, forcing a bad shot. Perry with a little floater. Sarah Perry leads back up to 11 for the Wildcats. So Westport answering Wareham's little rally. Calling it on Pierre. Wareham foul on Kira Pierre, her first, team third.
Been seeing Tompkins, Matt. She gets a little frustrated when baskets aren't going in. So it's showing that she really, really cares here.
Yeah, you got to keep those emotions in check.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath.
Good rebound by Wareham.
That was Resendez, who was another big part of the scoring in the first half for Westport. Carly likes to try the threes, but I think she needs to move in. She's putting too much under it. I think she's trying a little too hard.
I don't know if she's trying to arc it too much or just kind of air sail it. Just drive to the hoop. That's what you need right now.
Yeah, and she found, oh, nice pick. Julia George. Pierre looking for 3, that's off the rim. Glover with the rebound. That's going to be on Tompkins. Wareham foul on Johnny Tompkins, her third, team fourth.
Another one almost getting into foul trouble here for Wareham. Can't afford to lose Tompkins off the floor.
They're in team foul trouble too.
Yeah, it looks like it's being Wareham's ball here, Matt.
Yeah, so I don't know if we had a
foul's probably on 14 Westport there.
Maybe.
Resendez.
They initially had it up, but I saw them. Oh, they did. They changed it.
They did.
Because Wareham had 14 fouls. Now they're back down to 3. So it wasn't on Johnny Tompkins. It was on 14 of the Wildcats, which is Skylar Resendez, and that's her first. That also explains why Wareham got the ball back. The referee's just a little confused. I heard him say 14 white, which is why I thought Tompkins. Elwood was getting triple teamed under the basket, and Pierre has it taken away from her. Goes off Johnny's foot. And nope, they're going to call a foul, not a jump ball. They're going to get Pierre again. Wareham foul on Kira Pierre, her second, team fourth. Timeout, Vikings. Coach Fortune was not happy with the effort of his players to come to the bench when he called that timeout. He was yelling at them to hurry up. He wanted to get that play in. A grueling game like this will take a toll on your endurance.
And your emotions, too.
Yes.
They're pouring their hearts out there.
Perry working against Tompkins on the baseline. Good rebounding by the Wildcats, trying to keep that alive.
Bucket needed here for Wareham.
Lead back to 14 for Westport, 34-20, 1:35 to go.
Good movement here.
There he goes. I was going to say, we got to get somebody into the paint. Pierre's there right now. Johnny moved that way, but that one's going to be mishandled, but tracked down by the Wildcats. So I'm kind of seeing what's happening to Wareham is what they were doing to Westport in the first half. Julia George, meaning they're keeping the Vikings out of the paint, forcing them to stay around the perimeter, and those double teams are causing mishandling. Ball's on the floor, and I think that's a jump ball, and that's going to go Wareham's way. Jump ball, Vikings ball. It's safe to say some of the Vikings are getting banged up a little bit out there, too.
Yeah, a couple
seen a few of them go to the floor a couple times. This has been a physical game. Clean, but physical. Now the Wildcats on the fast break. She can't get it to fall, though, and we're going to get a foul called. Pierre picks up her third. Wareham foul on Kira Pierre, her third, team limit. Skylar Resendiz at the line shooting 2. She made her first, so it's a 17-point lead now. Second one's no good. Pierre gets the rebound. 23 seconds to go in the third. Pierre, a little short on the layup.
That has been a thorn in their side, Matt, tonight, is not making those layups down low.
Well, it's because they're getting challenged, too. Westport's right down there to get in their face and under the basket. So they're playing good, tight defense.
Yeah, they are.
Pierre's got to be careful. That whistle was before the buzzer. They got her again. Wareham foul on Kira Pierre, her fourth, team limit. Tess Sylvia at the line shooting 2. This will pretty much be the end of the quarter, though. That's why nobody's lined up.
Yep.
She made her first. I saw it happen, too, and I was concerned because now Pierre one foul away from being out of the game.
Foul trouble has hit this team hard tonight.
Pierre and Gomes both. And Westport's knocking down the free throws. So they've built up a 19-point lead at the end of 3. Girls have had a lot taken out of them in this game. They're starting to show some fatigue. Westport's got a 19-point lead as we start the fourth quarter, and they've got possession to start the fourth quarter.
Westport has just outplayed them from the get-go.
Elwood with a nice break on the ball. Bumped off of Sylvia. Elwood's getting back to the form we saw in the first quarter. Tompkins with the rebound. She's got 2 up ahead. Lexi puts it in. Lexi Gomes. Now I think Westport's going to try to slow it down and eat the clock. because they got a nice lead.
That would be their best bet to do.
Yes.
If Wareham can put up a run here, Matt, and make this game a little more competitive.
Yeah.
If Westport kind of shifts gears or downshifts here.
A little bit too much mustard on the pass from Elwood to Gomes. It goes off her hands and out of bounds.
There's just not a lot of time left in the game. 7:01 right now in the game, so I'm not going to say a comeback's impossible, but it just time's against you right now.
8-minute quarters makes it tough.
10, 12, I could see, you know, you
Yeah.
could probably string something.
That one's overshot. Tompkins dishes it off to Pierre.
I don't know where that one was going.
And there were 3 Wildcat jerseys on that far side. I didn't see any Vikings over there to help out. Tompkins guarding under the basket. It goes in the hands of Phillips. Phillips up ahead to Lexi. Gomes!
Oh, man.
A little tough. Can't get it to go. Comes off the backboard. Timeout, Westport.
Almost 2 minutes into the quarter, and Westport's looking for their first bucket of the quarter.
But even then, like, that's beneficial to them because they reset the shot clock. They can just continue to eat time. Steps around. That's off the backboard. Tompkins fighting for the rebound and gets it. They got to hustle back down the other end, though. That pass was low and on the floor. Gomes had trouble handling it.
Jump ball, maybe? No.
Yep.
Yep.
Did we have another one that I missed? The possession arrow says Wareham, but nope. Johnny's going out to take it. Nope. Switches off to Elwood. Jump ball, Vikings ball.
I've always been curious, man. How come they don't do jump ball here? Even in the boys
That's a high school, college
It's a high school,
rule.
college rule? Okay. I've always wondered that in a way.
Yeah. High off the glass for Glover. Maybe because it's a more common occurrence at this level.
Yeah, true.
You usually get a couple called per game.
That's a good point.
Sarah Perry. Oh, Tompkins tried that no look again, and there was a wall of Wildcat right there to stop it. We got a double dribble. Holden had that dribble go high on her. She had trouble controlling it. Five minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Westport leading 41-22 over the Vikings. We knew coming into this that Westport was a good basketball team.
Being
Only one loss for them on the season so far. Whoa, did you see that?
Like trying to double team Perry there.
And she bounced it between Elwood's knees. Nice clean block by Tompkins over the back of Perry.
Oh, lost.
But Perry got it back.
Yep.
Don't leave her open. Timeout, Vikings. Vikings have only got one timeout left with 4:07 left in the fourth quarter. Lexi Gomes into the paint, feeds Johnny Tompkins, who puts it down. Johnny Tompkins. It's now 41-24, Westport. Gomes and Elwood coming up to double team. Nice job getting it around the defenders. Perry gets the basket and a foul. Sarah Perry. Wareham foul on Johnny Tompkins, her 4th, team first. Sarah Perry at the line, shooting 1. So now Wareham's got 3 players in foul trouble, and they're all on the floor right now. Lexi Gomes, Johnny Tompkins, Kira Pierre, all with 4 personals each. Perry puts in the free throw to complete the 3-point play and build it to a 20-point Wildcat lead. Gomes, close.
It's like, what do you do here, Matt? I mean, you're sitting at 4 fouls. Do you keep playing aggressive, or you just kind of lay low being down 20 with 3:08
No,
left?
I think you have to be aggressive. You're not going to roll over and give up.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And there's 3:08 left. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Yeah, Tompkins is checking out right now.
Rue is going to make the inbound. They are all over the ball.
Yeah, they are.
Carly was a little more on the mark that time. That was a better looking shot. Got to answer this fast break. Corinne Holden.
Just Westport's all over you, just like
Yeah.
hogs, you know? They're just right up in your face.
Knocking the ball loose.
Yep.
Just like that.
Nice
She
job
kept
by
it in
Holden.
bounds.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Good pass, too.
Julia George. Gomes contested the first shot, but she made the putback.
And you know these teams will probably see themselves, if you know the playoffs are a sure thing for Wareham, you know, they're going to see themselves possibly again down the line. So this is a good test for Wareham right now to put in some buckets here.
Yeah. Nothing is set in stone yet, though.
Yeah,
They still got to earn it. As Gomes draws a foul. This would give Westport enough wins to qualify, though.
Yep, this game.
Westport foul on Skylar Resendiz, her 2nd, team first. Lexi Gomes at the line, shooting 2. But we see how important free throws are.
We've been saying it all game, man.
Yeah.
It's 3 points in, you know, my opinion.
Sophia Nascimento checks into the game for the Vikings. Gomes missing both free throws. There's a loose ball on the ground as Sylvia kept it inbounds and alive for Westport. Resendiz. Skylar Resendiz. 26-point lead with 1:30 to go for the Wildcats on top of the Vikings. Gomes split the defenders. Good effort on the layup. Corinne Holden. Calling her name a lot tonight.
Yep. 18 points for her on the night. I mean, she's been quiet in the second half, but
Yeah.
had a good first half.
Rue tries a 3. Jump ball called, and that's going to be Westport's basketball. Jump ball, Wildcat ball.
It sucks that the game got away from them, Matt, but I still give them a lot of credit for putting in, you know, the effort here on not giving up with a minute left in the game.
And to your point, you're right. I mean, this is the caliber of team that Wareham would play when they qualify for the playoffs. So it is a good test for them.
It is.
Skylar Resendiz. Learn what you're going to be up against and just how tough you're going to have to play.
And you mentioned the first meeting, how much did they lose by in Westport?
Don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember? Okay.
But I think it was
close.
There was a gap.
Yeah.
No, there was a gap. I think it was 15, 20 points. Right now,
we're at 30.
We're at 30. Yeah. Westport foul on Skylar Resendes, her third, team second. Lexi Gomes at the line, shooting 2.
This loss would put Wareham at 9-4, so they're still sitting pretty here to qualify for the playoffs, needing 2 more wins. I don't know how many more games they have left in the season.
I think they have 8 after this. I think it was something. 8. Coming into this, I think they needed 2 wins out of 9 games.
Okay, so that's definitely doable.
Yes. Gomes got 1 of her free throws. But Holden again finds herself behind the defense.
That's the 20 mark for her.
Corinne Holden. Glover's probably just, nope. I was gonna say Glover's maybe gonna take the last shot. That's after the buzzer, and that'll be it. It's your final tonight. Wareham 25, Westport 56. Tough loss for the Vikings here tonight. 56-25, the final. A very good, now 11-1 Westport team come in here, and another strong performance by the Wildcats. Not the finish the Vikings were looking for tonight, but they played a tough game and they stayed with them as best they could the whole game through.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Corinne Holden that had 20 points for the Wildcats. Yeah. You know, she played very well. Going through my stats here real quick, I just had it too. Another shout out to Sarah Perry that had, let's say, like 15 points, give or take. I could be off, but, you know, really solid performance by Westport. As far as Wareham goes, yeah, the outcome is not what they wanted, but I still want to give a couple of shout outs to Lexi Gomes that had 6. Yep. You know, Kira Pierre had 6, and I definitely want to give a lot of credit to Johnny Tompkins and Jordan Elwood.
Yes, Elwood. I was going to bring that up. She was all over the floor.
She was.
She, I think, led in minutes for the game. She and Tompkins both were on the floor for practically the entire game. And Elwood was all over the place. I called her a bloodhound earlier in the game because she was sniffing out those passes and getting right where she needed to be. So good court awareness. Wareham's definitely still showing a lot of not just potential, but skill and effort. So they're definitely on the up and up. They've got 8 games left. They need to win at least 2 more to get to the magic number of 11. That's definitely possible.
It is.
And you know, I think when they do get into the playoffs that they'll put in a good showing. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. For everybody at South Coast Sports, Matt and Ken saying thanks for joining us and good night.